Hello friends, welcome back to another video. So a lot of you have been asking me that how can I get into product management. So in this video, I'm going to share you 3 guaranteed ways by which you can easily get into this field and shine in your career. But it is also going to depend on other factors, right? Depending what your experience, previous organization, previous background, then how your interview goes. So there are a lot of other factors also which are going to be there in the picture. But other than that, there are 3 ways by which you can definitely get into product management. So the first way is by doing an MBA. Now this, you can look at it as the most easiest way. Why? Because once you do an MBA, you're going to get a campus placement directly into the company, right? So they are not going to give too much importance to your previous experience. Obviously slightly you do need to, they're going to go through it, but even as a fresher you have chances to get into this field, right? So you're going to have a lot of options and you can get into this field. But it is again not the most difficult choice because MBA is not for everyone, as you all know. Most of you are from tech background and do not want to do MBA. So in that case, if you do not really understand the concepts well, you might not be able to apply them, and then you're going to not perform well in your interview, right? Because at the end, they're going to test your MBA concepts. What have you learned over there? That's going to be tested in your interview. So if you do not, if you're not interested and you do not have and cannot, explain well, then I think that's not going to work for you. Also, if you are not from a top MBA college, if you are from lower local colleges, or if you have done MBA from tier 2 tier 3 colleges, then again it is not going to work because companies don't really hire for good roles from good companies, renowned companies. They do not really hire for roles such as product management role, especially from lower colleges. So but then yes, it is the most simplest way because you do an MBA and you directly get into this field. You do not have to worry too much about what coding and coding previous experiences. What are they going to ask, and but as you all know, they usually look for people with 4 years, 5 years, 6 years of experience because they need someone who is experienced in this field. But if you're doing an MBA, then they usually relax that criteria, and usually 1 or 2 years maximum is what they need. So this is a very easy way to get into it. Now, number 2, the second way is by transferring within your organization. So again, this is not that easy, right? Because so what happens in this is basically you are going to look for opportunities within your organization, and then you're going to apply through your internal job opportunities or whatever it is called, and then you're going to go for that role. Or maybe you can talk to your manager and tell your manager that this role, this is what you are more interested in, and that you would like to work in this domain. I know that it takes a lot of courage to go and talk to your manager, and especially something about shifting your career, shifting your domain does need a lot of courage, and usually everyone is not that open enough to ask all these things. But yes, this is another way by which you can shift your domain. But this is also kind of more efficient because companies already know how you are, and they know how much you work, what is your work ethics, how much do you contribute. In the first case, in the case of MBA, they are hiring totally based on how your interview goes. They don't know how you actually work. It's all based on your interview. But over here, your manager could put a good word that yes, this person has done a lot of work, he can take up a lot of responsibilities, he can come up with new ideas, that person is very good at collaboration, he can create strategies very well. So there are people who can back up your claims of that you're very good at this particular task. So yes, that way this is a very kind of efficient way, as people are already aware of how you work, and also how your company works, what the processes are, what the techniques are. So it's more easier to adapt and perform and create an impact in the new role. So this is the second way by which you can change your get into product management. And the third way is by reaching out to opportunities, especially from small startup companies, pre-seed, pre-VC startup companies. So these companies usually have less budget, and they're looking to hire, and usually they are more relaxed in terms of eligibility criteria compared to the previous two ways. So they would be probably willing to hire someone who has no experience, and they'll say that yes, you join my company, I'm going to pay you less, but you're going to get your experience in the domain you love. Why is this helpful? Because once you get that experience in that small company for maybe a year or 2 years, then you can show that experience in your CV and easily switch to other companies. I have a lot of examples of my colleagues, of my friends who have done this, who have worked in small companies, gained experience for 1 year, 2 years, 2.5 years, and then made a great switch with a great hike to different companies. So this is the third way. Again, this is in this you have to reach out to contacts, from LinkedIn or from networking. So you all can go to networking clubs. There are a lot of product management clubs in each and every cities. So you can join any of such clubs, create networks, ask for referrals, look for VC opportunities, look for startups who are trying to hire you, and in that way you can join the startup, gain experience, and then make a great switch. So I've talked about three ways. Just to summarize, the first way is by doing an MBA. This is the most expensive way also, right? Because MBA, as you know, from a good place needs at least 25 to 30 lakhs of investment, if not more. So this is easy. It is an easy way, but it is the most expensive way. Then the most cheapest way and the most efficient way, right, because you are not paying anything extra, is by doing an internal job switch within your company, by which you can look for opportunities, talk to your managers, ask for referrals within your company, ask your managers to put in a good word, give a review, so that you can so that they justify how good you are at work. And the third way is bit tedious, because you have to look for opportunities, you have to reach out to people, you have to talk to people, you have to convince people, and this is not easy. But then if you do not have suitable background, for example, if you're not from a BTech background, I think going through this path will be the easiest for you, because usually companies have a kind of strict criteria of having a BTech background, especially if you join the top product management companies. Not always, but usually they do. But so yeah, these are the three guaranteed ways. I hope that you have liked this video. If you have any other topics on which you feel you have doubts, mention it in the comment box, and I'm going to definitely create a video to clear out your doubts. Thank you guys very much for watching it. Please do like my video, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. See you in the next video.